Hello YouTubers, I am back with another review and hopefully nothing will happen while I'm doing this review because I've also had a lot of difficulty trying to do a review for my game with Assassin's Creed Bloodlines for the PSP. Hopefully this won't be the case. So let's just start in. This is a game review for the game Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker for the PSP. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it is that basically you are playing as Snake, who is actually also called Big Boss. The story revolves around Snake needing to recover some nuclear missiles from a army without a nation to avoid a nuclear war. You know, it's gonna be like they launch the nuclear wars, America or whatever the target is, don't know who uh, launch the missiles, they retaliate to any country, then that country retaliates back, and it's start of World War III. So as I said, you have to stop that, and I'm going to show you the different features before I show you the combat because I've been having a lot of problems when I go to the actual mission. So I'm going to show you the features first. Here's the main menu. You have the options and you can choose to save game, adjust option, button configuration, return to the title screen. Here you go to embark on your missions, which I'll show you later. And what I like is that they incorporated a lot in this for the weapons, items, and mechs is that you can click triangle, which enters into model viewer, and you can view your different models like guns and stuff. And I have to say that I like it because now I can see the base from any angle I want. Now if you see this base right here, that's the smallest one, that's how kind of you start out with your base looking like. Three of those squares, but then as you advance your team starts to make better and bigger sets for your military base, which is called actually mother base. Okay, now I'm going to show you, you need to actually have a bunch of people because you have a lot of units actually that you need. You have a bunch of units. You have your combat unit, your R&D team, your mess hall team, your medical team, your intel team, and you have your sick bay, your brig, and training and waiting room. I don't know what that is for yet. I just unlocked it yesterday. So I'm gonna give you the rundown of what all of these do. So basically the waiting room is a place where soldiers who join your cause wait to be assigned to different sections. The combat unit is pretty self-explanatory. Soldiers that you use in combat, and you can choose all of these soldiers whenever you enter a story that you've already completed once, because when you go to a new story mode you can't have one of these soldiers go on it because it's new. You need to have Snake. My favorite one so far is this one, Alligator. This is code name. It's not a real name because they can't really put their real names when they are going in combat. The next is the R&D team, which R&D stands for Research and Development, and these basically are basically the team on your base that create options for your new guns and equipment and stuff. The more the better your team in R&D gets, the more weapons you'll have available. Next we have the mess hall team, which keeps your team morale up. Like if you're you can see right here the food sign is at 171%. If it drops to anything below 100%, your whole base will start to lose morale, your soldiers, and they'll be tackling with the idea of trying to defect and leave your base, which is something you definitely don't want. So you would want to, when you go on missions, to find a lot of soldiers that are that are very high with a mess hall, because the percentage of the 171 drops. I don't know if you can stop it. I'll have to do some more research on that, or you can do research on that if you want. Type it in on Google, Yahoo, whatever browser you use. Then next we have the medical team, which determines how long your sick people or injured soldiers will stay in sick bay. Like if, let's say you have it at one, your medical team is very good. It's top notch, only the best. All of these icons that you see for medical are all top for all soldiers. The people who are sick won't stay sick for long and they can get back to their duties. So that's basically what the sick bay is for. And you have the intel team, which provides you with the capability of ordering an airstrike in your missions, and also the ability to request a package in combat. Let's say you ran out of assault rifle ammunition. You take a device with you that you can call in for a box that will be dropped where you are, and you will have some ammo. I want you to note that the ammo you will get is random. I think it only I think the ammo you will get only focuses on your two main weapons. Like let's say you have an assault rifle equipped and a pistol with tranquilizers. You'll get tranquilizer ammo. I'm swirling my words right now. And assault rifle ammo just for those two weapons. I don't know yet how you can get more Fulton recovery items because they say you can take like 100 people every mission. So I don't know how that works yet, but I'll try to figure it out. And next we have the sick bay. You can see I have 3 people here in my sick bay. These two weren't sick when I first got the medical team, so as you can see they're sick. So they're in the sick bay, and this is the newest person that not the newest person, but the person that is part of the story called Amanda, who has a brother called Chico, which is this guy right here. He's not actually old. He's not an adult. He's sort of like a kid, but he's very intelligent, as you can see. His intelligence is very high. And now we have the brig, which is where your soldiers will go if they have like, an anger outburst. They get to the brig to, work out their anger in, peaceful ways, hopefully, and then they get back. The trading waiting room, I don't really know what that's for. I should let you know in advance, this game doesn't really focus a lot around tutorials because they do not really tell you that much to do. I mean, they tell you the basics, but they basically like hold your hand for a few seconds and then that's it, man. Go and figure everything out for yourself. But yeah, you can figure it out. Go on YouTube, Google, or you can just figure it out by yourself. Okay, next we have Versus Ops. I can't play because I don't have Wi-Fi connection on my PSP. We have Trade. We have the database with different data. Commander, Center Rack. I didn't see this before. Anyway, we have player data, which is profile, comrades list, heroes, and we have also logs, and we have delivery, where you can send and receive different gifts from different players cooperatively. Another mode that I can't play because I don't have Wi-Fi on my PSP. Now we have the R&D, which develops different weapons. You can see I have a few weapons here. It's handgun, tranquilizer handgun, normal handgun with silencers, obviously. You should know that the silencers break after a while, and like you can't just waste your shots. You have to be mindful that if you lose your silencer, you still have your gun if you didn't run out of ammo, but you will not be able to have the shot suppressed by a silencer, and if you knock out an enemy, the other enemies around will hear a gunshot and say, "Shots fired, going to alert status," and call for backup, and that's something you really don't want, so don't waste your silencer ammo, unless of course you got so far into this game that you unlocked an infinite ammo, and you don't really give a scrap. So as you can see, here are the different guns. I didn't unlock any shotguns yet, but I did unlock 2 assault rifles, 2 submachine guns, and 4 sniper rifles, which I like sniping. Here's a machine gun, which is very useful for Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry that the last video was just cut out. I didn't know that because this is just a free trial version. Not actually a free trial version, it's a free version. I have to register or buy it. I can only record up to 10 minutes, so I'm going to try and, stop it before the 10 minutes are up so that I can say, see you on the next part. So, yeah, I'll as I said, this is my machine guns. We have two missile launchers. We have the Law and we have the RPGs. If you ever wondered what RPG stand for, I think I remember what it was standing for. It stands for remote powered guns or something. I actually don't remember anymore. Let's maybe see the details here. It says right here, rocket propelled grenade launcher. So rocket propelled grenade is what it stands for. And that, just like at the base, you click triangle and you can see and view all your weapons. Now, we all know that weapons look cool and cool weapons are awesome. I'm going to show you something else that's awesome in a minute. Here are different items. You have grenades, you have smoke grenades, you have empty magazines, which are pretty much useless, except for throwing them and distracting the guards. So you can just sneak past. You have your C4, you have solid magazines, where you actually drop a magazine in the battlefield and the soldiers go in to investigate, or they do their rounds. You see their circuits that they take when they do their rounds. You put a magazine in their way, and when they find it, look in it, they're distracted. And I only did this once, but I have to say it was funny that when I put a magazine down and the soldier looked at it, um, he had hearts coming from his head. He was crouched down, he was looking at the magazine, and he had hearts floating out from him. And it's good to sneak up on your opponent. You have a liquid magazine? Yeah, a liquid magazine. I think it must be some sort of perverted magazine, I don't know. You have your supply mic, which I said can be used to call in for items. And then there's the strike mic, which provides strike. Um, yes, airstrike, I think. I didn't use it yet, so I don't really know much about it. And here we have close range weapons, which are basically just a stun rod that electrocute your enemies. I found to be completely useless. And here you can go to just see the development status of weapons you can develop. And here you have new weapons, newest weapons I have, and here's all. Next we have items. This, yes, new. Okay, we have recovery items, which are rations that you have to that you can use. You have to use it, otherwise you die. You can upgrade it. Obviously, you upgrade it to different levels. I'm already upgrading it in R&D to rations level 3. You have curry, which is also a recovery item. Just have it equipped and it will automatically use when your life reaches 0. Then we have G curry. Is that it? Yeah, G curry. Also, that recovers your health. Then you have F curry. Didn't see that. F curry. Okay. It's next generation curry. Okay. Another item for recovery is the tortilla chips. Tortilla chips. Yeah. Too bad that you can't actually turn it, but you don't need to turn the bag. Anyway. Then next we have Mott. I don't know what it's called, but it's like some sort of tea. Can't use that one though. Okay, next we have equipment, the Fulton recovery system, which if you knock out a guard in the game, you use the Fulton recovery system to send him to your helicopter, and you will automatically have him as a volunteer on your base, which is kind of weird, but at the same time, it's not as dislikable as you would think, because it's just weird. I mean, it's your enemy soldier, and then you then when you go back to the base, he works for you. Although it does kind of make sense. I mean, you can't really like negotiate on the middle of the battlefield. Hey man, you want to work for me? Come to my base. I'll pay you twice as much as what they're paying you. But it makes sense. But although it does kind of get called back to reality when you're like in a warehouse and then you use the fault and recovery system and the guard just goes through the roof. If only it was that easy to climb into a helicopter in real life. Okay, and now here we have an analyzer, which as you upgrade, analyzes the guard data better. The analyzer analyzes the guard data, as I said before, and it gives certain information. For example, you scan the guard, and after it finishes scanning, it shows the, let's say, cafeteria icon. It says the rank is B, which means that you can like send that one to the mother base with a photon recovery system. And if you like scan another guard and it says like combat, it has like the combat icon and it says let's say rank E, which I think is the lowest, then that means if you have like other combat soldiers that are higher than him, you can like just skip him and leave him on the battlefield and pay him no, never mind. Sonic Eye locates the enemies. I don't really care for it. Love Box, you can hide in it. You can't hide in it. You can move, but I wouldn't recommend you staying if the enemy turns because he can still investigate and then you are spotted. But you can also use it as a stool. You can get out of it and you can climb on top of it to reach higher levels that you could not access normally by being alone. You have binoculars, which I found to be completely useless also. And you have a camera for taking pictures, which is very useful for the extra up with the dates. 2 dates, I think there are only 2 dates, Paz and Amanda, but I have yet to unlock them. You have your Walkman that you can upgrade and you can actually switch your music, but when you get to your first Walkman, you can't actually switch the music. You just click play and it plays it automatically, which kind of sucks. And that's it for that. And then we have radars, which is this radar ID that senses different movements of the guard and shows you if you're being too noisy. And as always, this is the development status, what you can develop, what you can't, what is in development and what is not. And you have new and all. And now I'm going to try and go through this quickly because it's getting close to 9 minutes and I really need to stop it before it starts. So I'm going to show you here. I got the armored vehicles and a tank. These are the first two that boss machines that I faced. This is the armored vehicle. It's see, also was accompanied by infantry, which was very hard to cope, but I managed to cope somehow. I'll tell you more about them in the next review. Right now I'm just going to show you the model and I'll see you on part 3, I guess. I really hope that you're going to stick with all my reviews. I'm going to try and link them together. I think I can link them together with a program I have. Yeah, unless of course I can't upload it to YouTube. So yeah, I'll see you on the next review. Next part of the review. Hey, I'm back. I'm going to try and get to the combat in this one and pick up where we left off. In order to gain these, you need to basically damage the tanks, as you see here, and armored vehicles, and you need to shoot these barrels that you see on the back. You need to shoot both of them so that they don't move anymore, and then you need to wait until you damage it enough. If you don't destroy it, if you destroy it, you don't get it. You need to damage it enough so that when it doesn't move, the captain who is inside the tank, who's controlling it, comes out and uses the machine gun you see on the top of this tank. He pops out, he uses the gun, the tank or armored vehicle can still move, but he pops out and you have to shoot him, kill him, and then the mission will be over and you can kill the So the captain on top that pops out, and you will get the tank, mech, or armored vehicle, which is good because I wouldn't recommend it damaging it too much. I would recommend just going after the tanks, although they get bigger and bigger as it progresses. Anyway, you shoot the barrels, the guard pops out, you shoot the guard, you get the mechs, you destroy the tank, you destroy the armored vehicle, you don't get the tank or the armored vehicle. Next, we have others. Now we have key items, confidential documents, etc. Da, 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 da. We have bullets. Handy dandy feature they had is that if you find bullets or stuff on your journeys and your inventory is full, they just send it to the base, which is a good touch because you don't actually need to like be, oh, I want some more bullets, but my inventory is full, I might need it later. They just send it to the mother base, which is nice. So you don't waste bullets when you find them. Next we have uniforms. It's the J Fatigues, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the JT Stripes, Roxham, or whatever it's called, Ackham, Akusham, I don't know how it's pronounced. You have squares, naked. No, he's not naked. He just doesn't have a top. You have the T-shirt, patrolman, only available in versus ops. You have the naked with squares. You have the naked desert, Oscum. Oh, I didn't see that. That's a new one. And then you have the naked tiger stripes. I found that the tiger stripes uniform is my favorite. So after showing you all that, as I said, this is the save, adjust options. Yeah, sorry about that. Analog sensitivity, normal view up, down, etc., aim assist, da, da, da. And we have the button configuration. There are three control configurations: action type, hunter, shooter. I found the action type to be the best for me. And you click the select button, auto aim, co-ops communications you can use for the day missions. You can have the codec calls, which is you talk to the base. You have to have your data installed on your PSP so that you can talk when you use the codec call. The voices talk and you don't have to read. And you can also put it for the auto aim switch. Alright, now I'm going to here's the title screen. You turn to the title screen. You can use the D-pad to shift through, or you can just use L and R to shift through the different options. That you have to use the D-pad to shift through these, but you can use the L and R buttons to choose. So I'll see you there for the mission prep. Okay, here we are. This is the pre-mission preparations where you can choose your missions, your main ops, your extra ops. As you can see, I did about 1, 2, 3, 8 missions. I already did. I have like a few more unlocked. You have your co-ops, you have your cutscenes, then you have your regions, I think. Yeah. And you have all. Yeah, I got very far. Not that far, but I did manage to get kind of far. One other option you have with your Intel squad is that if you have it high enough when you are at your mission. Yeah, hi. Sorry about that. It was my phone ringing. I did not expect that to happen. I'll have to remember next time to turn my phone off, unless of course you leave. Unless of course, okay. Why don't you tell me in the comments sections below whether or not you want me to leave my phone on or off when I'm doing these reviews. If you want that funny, awkward situation when I'm talking and then phone comes up and goes ring, ring, answer me. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna start a mission. I'm gonna start the one that's my favorite. The second one, Contact Sandista Comandante. I think that's it. All right, we'll see you then. Peace.